It is Fusion Radio, One World, One Voice. Again, you are in the Uninhibited podcast. What's up, Frida Walker?
What's up, Peter Parker? What happened to our sexy intro?
Would you like me to play it for you?
Yes, we gotta let the people hear the intro. We gotta hear this. We gotta hear this.
All right, here we go. We're gonna act like we didn't start. Okay.
This is Frida Walker. Listen to Uninhibited Podcast, Sex, Love, Relationships, every Saturday, noon to 2 p.m. Eastern on My Fusion Radio.
Oh, give me that look. That's right. Let's get sweaty. Let's get real sweaty. I'm talking rainforest sweaty.
All right, everybody, let's hear it for Tropical Time, and let's hear it for Bush Bavaria. You're gonna drink a beer, might as well make it Bush Bavaria.
On My Fusion Radio.
Fusion Radio.
This is Neo.
This is Nicki Minaj.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Usher.
What's up? This is Beyonce.
Live and digital 24/7 at myfusionradio.com.
#1 station for hip hop and R&B.
One world, one voice.
Yeah, it is Fusion Radio, One World, One Voice. Just like the man said, you are listening to the Uninhibited podcast. What's up, Frida?
What's up, Peter Parker?
I had to play it for you, so I forgot the intro.
Yes.
Totally forgot the intro. Like it's my first day, right?
Right. But we appreciate you. We know you over there working hard.
I appreciate it.
That's Peter.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
I'm a little slow today, okay? Let me tell you guys what happened last night. What had happened was, so it was live jazz last night, you know? Right.
Okay.
Nice.
And you know how those jazz musicians are with their marijuana and their, you know,
Uh-oh, it was
and their whiskey and their
Okay.
cigars.
Okay. Everybody was free during the jazz
don't know.
night last night. But anyway, everybody, I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you for listening, but I want to thank my cousin for coming today and being my special guest on Uninhibited Podcast, Sex, Love, and
We
Relationships.
got cousins and family
Yes.
in here, y'all.
Mr. and Mrs. Woodard, my cousin Marquisa, and
Y'all
her
wanna see
husband
the cousins and say
Byron.
the
Yes,
family?
they've been married for 26
5,000 years.
5,000 years
Yeah,
and
26,
counting.
right.
I told them it's prearranged out of the womb marriage.
Sir, so tell everybody what your name is.
My name is Byron Woodard, better known
We
as
can bring that to you, Byron.
Yes, indeed. My name is Byron Woodard. Byron, better known as BC, Be Creative. Reside here in Atlanta.
You know, the only BC that I need right now is a goodie powder.
Yeah.
You should have told me, Peter. I would
Right.
have brought you.
Either
I know.
way,
I'm
yeah.
surprised you don't have them on you.
Brother, no. See, Peter.
I have some pharmaceuticals.
Anywho, right.
Anyway. And so his lovely wife, my cousin, Miss Makisa Woodard. Yeah.
Are y'all on Instagram, or do you want to give a shout out to anybody on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout
He
out
got
to
those dulcimer tones. You heard that? He's like,
Right,
yeah,
right.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like my whole ears
Right.
started to shake, you know?
He figured out how to use the mic now. Look
Right,
out.
right,
Look
right.
out.
Absolutely.
My ears started to shake.
He's going to start producing your show because I have shit to do. Okay?
Well, that's what's up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, shout out to all the music groups. Shout out to Taneem, Lioness.
Shout out.
You know, In Spirit Truth Center, the whole 9 yards. You know, all the good stuff that we doing out here in the world. making a difference.
Well, I'm going to
Yeah.
shout out my children. I don't have no businesses or anything that I'm promoting right now. It's all good. So shout out to my children.
And she is a wonderful mother. She's saying that, but
Yes,
she's
she
a
is.
wonderful mother.
Yes,
She
she
has
is.
maintained a career, a home, and held down this brother right here. So trust me, you
That's
have
right.
definitely have accolades, my sister.
That's right.
I
Yep,
appreciate your
that's
strength.
right, that's
Appreciate
right.
it.
And then
Appreciate
I
it.
got my co-host Drew
Co-host Drew.
Anderson.
Here I am, everybody.
Yes,
Hello,
yes,
everybody.
yes.
Hello.
Author.
Author, an amazing person, and just wonderful
He
person
just
who's gonna
loves
bring
All the
some-
way around.
You know it. Come on now.
All the way around.
Bring some
Okay.
wonderful, positive
Drew,
energy.
and
What's
Drew.
up, brother?
All right, listen, man. I'm so happy that you're here because where were
Thank
you
you.
last week?
I was here last week.
Stop it.
Peter.
Put it
Peter.
down. Put the glass down, Peter.
I
Put the
I
glass
sat
down,
right
Peter.
here last
First of
week,
all,
Peter.
you're supposed to play along with me.
Oh,
no,
that's
no.
never denied.
No, no.
Never denied.
But-
So that's an acting game, right?
But no,
never
I'm
denied.
gonna ask you,
Never
Peter.
denied, right?
Thank you.
Where were you last week, Peter?
I don't know.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
He's
But I just
having
want to tell you,
out-of-body
right,
experiences.
right. I
But-
just want to tell you, Drew, that cup that you made me,
Peter, we're not gonna talk about
sir,
that.
Then he went live on
sir.
Some secrets.
mixes-
I mean, I know this is
Y'all see where he's
uninhibited,
going with
but
this?
some
Yeah,
things
yeah.
that happen on uninhibited need to stay on
No,
uninhibited.
Hang on. Who mixes champagne with Jack Daniel honey?
Me?
Drew does.
I did.
Wow.
I thought it would go good. They do it at the club, don't they?
Do they? Do they? What club are you
So
go
you putting
to?
all
I
the
don't
secrets
know.
out.
I just felt it was good today because I had ran out of the.
You don't even
vodka.
go to the club. Stop.
I don't.
Right.
I
Stop
don't.
lying like you.
I don't.
Because that's how I know you don't. Because they don't do that at the club. I don't go to the club, but I can assume if I
do
went
have
to the club.
vodka. I don't know if you saw it. It was in the cooler.
Oh, you
my
got vodka in the
God.
cooler?
Yeah.
All the,
See,
look, all the,
Peter.
all the
See, that's what I
juices,
used
all
to
the,
We
look,
could have had
okay,
an entire
okay.
shot today.
Yes.
Okay. If
You know
we
what's
had
funny,
known.
Frida? You
know
weren't
what?
you weren't up here, right? So this is the funny part. So I said, "Hey, Drew, man, let's do a production meeting." He said, okay, downstairs."
A
Like
production
he
meeting, like
he
mixing
literally
drinks.
thought I was talking about
I
a
went
production
downstairs.
meeting.
I
He
was
was right.
like-
He had his notepad out and shit.
Yep.
We do need to have a production meeting.
I thought this was like, oh, we got
We do that.
some business to discuss before we go on
should.
air. Like, what are we
do.
doing?
We do.
And
But
I was like, where did he
wanna-
go?
I have a joke. I have one of my jokes I want to tell. So please, it's a funny joke. It's a funny joke. Okay, this is uninhibited. Okay, it's a funny joke. So, girl goes, give it to me, she yelled. I'm so wet, give it to me now. And then she could scream all she wanted to, but I was not giving up my umbrella.
Okay. Right.
Right. So it was raining outside.
Right.
Get your
mind
minds out the gutter.
There you go.
Get your minds out the gutter.
I thought this was a love, sex, and relationship show. I didn't know we were going
Anywho,
elsewhere.
you are listening to
Anywho.
Fusion Radio,
Yes.
One World, One Voice. So Frida, what do we got going on today? What's
So what
just
we got
what
going
the
on? I want
is
to
going on? Okay.
What's going on today, right? So you know how you meet people for the first time, and you always sometimes you have those guys or those gals that are like, oh yeah, I'm great in bed. I can just turn you out, and I can just turn you on.
Is that like a
and-
first
and
meeting though?
Some people brag about how great they are in bed.
You know, I'm gonna
You've
tell
never
you.
met
I just had this
somebody-
conversation this morning, Frida. You know how like most people say something and it's typically the opposite of really what they're talking about. That's facts, right?
Yeah.
Like somebody told me this morning. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, oh no. They said, oh, last night was lame. All right, it wasn't fun at all. Stop lying. Stop lying.
But were they talking about the sex or
Well-
the event?
No, it was an event, right?
Well,
Let's just call it an
everybody
event.
has their opinion and their perspective. So you have to put everything into perspective because what you would enjoy and I might enjoy may not be the same thing. It doesn't make it good or bad. It just makes it different. But, in terms of relationships and things like that, and so, you just meet those people that they just boast about how good they're in bed. And there are questions that you can ask that you can determine how good they are in
Yeah,
bed.
how do you
So what do you
spell
think
bed?
those questions are?
How do you spell bed, first
in
of all?
sex,
Let's start
whatever. You want to give them the cool or whatever you want to call it. So what are some questions that you can ask to determine that? Or what do y'all think some questions
Well, I choose, and I can't speak for my wife, but I'm going to this time.
Okay.
That's not something that we're
Uh-oh,
gonna
you guys gonna
participate-
talk
we're
about
not
this
gonna-
later.
We're not going to participate in that conversation.
That works for me. That works for me.
It's just awkward because it's
cannot.
like
It works for
it's
me.
been so long since someone.
Just no. Wait a
It
minute.
works.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Random people.
It
Wait
works
a
for
minute.
me.
Hold up.
It
Hold
works.
up.
Okay,
Hold
cuz.
up.
We got you.
These are just general kinds of questions.
Right.
So
I
there
got
are
you.
questions that you can ask someone to determine if they're really knowledgeable about
Okay,
sex
so tell
and
us-
the way that
tell
they
us, well,
explain.
what would you
wait
ask?
Wait a minute. Let me get to it. And how you can tell someone is if they know the average size of a man's penis. Do you know the average size of a man's penis when it is stiff? What's the average size?
I do not.
6 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches.
Yep.
Yep, 5 to 7.
Yep.
Okay.
5 to 7.
inches.
Oh my God.
I know that.
There you go, 5 to 7. And if a guy is lying and he's bragging, you know he's lying and he's bragging because that's average. You know,
But sometimes nowadays things
two
are
need to get a
lot
room.
Bigger.
they're
than what
always
they
like
say.
that, okay?
And I love it.
Sorry,
too.
Drew. Go ahead. They need to get a room.
Always like that.
No.
Always like that.
No, something.
So you were saying?
People are just like, sometimes people like big stuff. You know what I'm saying?
But some people lie on their stuff.
And let them lie. Because they know they have no intentions of being with that person. So it's okay.
To
that
lie,
person
to tell a lie.
To lie.
Okay,
well, not
okay,
to lie,
okay,
but
okay.
to exaggerate their truth.
So I'm going to ask this question, and I hope nobody gets embarrassed. Okay, this is sex, love, and relationships. But if you had to describe the shape of the clitoris, what object would you use to describe it? And you have 3 choices: a button, a wishbone, or an eraser.
What?
Are we talking about those erasers
A
with the,
button?
those little troll ones
The
you
little
used to get
erasers
with, you
used
used
to
to put on the
erase.
end?
It's board on school. The little
what I'm
erase
talking
board.
about.
Sorry, Mama. Sorry, Mama. I know you
A
watching this
button,
today.
a wishbone, or an eraser.
Are we talking
A
about like an
wishbone.
eraser, like one of those?
A wishbone.
wishbone.
A wishbone. That is right, Drew. A wishbone. And do you know why?
Yeah.
Because a wishbone has branches out. Exactly. A wishbone branches out. And a woman has several different nerve endings.
Right.
In that part, in the vulva.
So I don't know if you know this, Frida. We've
Yes.
known each other for over 10 years, but you know I'm a
Yes.
part-time gynecologist, right?
Oh my God! Oh my God! I would not
Right,
recommend
part-time.
you.
I do it on, like,
I would not recommend
You know, some nights,
No.
Tuesday, maybe, whenever they call me in.
part-time.
I would not recommend you as a doctor.
However,
not.
okay.
Go ahead.
So listen to me, y'all.
Okay,
So
listen
I'm a
to Peter.
part-time gynecologist.
Okay.
right? And I've seen some things in my day.
Okay.
I would say, what kind of button we talking about? Like the stop button from Home Depot or Office Depot? Like what are we talking about?
Somebody that
Or the
really
easy button or
does
whatever it is?
not know about sex and how to please someone would say a button because you just think about the button,
Right.
But that is really not where most of the stimulation comes from. Most
Mm.
of the stimulation comes from the vulva, which is the outside, which is shaped like
They
the
still make those
wishbone.
cars, Volvos?
Vulva. I can't
Vulva,
say it.
sorry.
Yeah. That.
I thought we were talking about German engineering for a
So
second.
so now you just learned something, and that's what Uninhibited is all about. It's about
Thank
learning
you.
things, new things that we do not know. So now everybody knows.
Right.
Everybody knows.
So
okay?
it is Fusion Radio, One World, One Voice. We'll be right back. We got to take care of some Volvos and some Hondas and stuff, okay? Keep it locked right here at Fusion Radio, One World, One Voice.
Upgrade you in education. Make you glad you change. Make you glad you can. Low key, I can see your potential. I just wanna see how you handle. Just might bend the rules if you with it. I key, you can get it. So get on my caliber. Come get on my caliber. You feel like a CEO. Then you gotta work me up. Can you get me level up? Put you on my calendar. Gon' fit in my schedule up. If you ain't gon' come correct, won't come at all. Brown skin and a lavender. Champagne with the caviar. Face off, come and try me. Come and find me like a scavenger. Sorry if I make it too hard. Low-key, I can see your potential. I just wanna see how you handle the rules. You with it, I can get it. So get on my caliber, come get on my caliber. Get on the CEO, then you gotta work me up. Then you give me love, put you on my calendar. Don't fit in my schedule. listening to the Global Beatdown with Peter Parker. Music, interviews, and entertainment news. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. on myfusionradio.com.
Fusion Radio, one world, one voice of myfusionradio.com. We are back in an uninhibited podcast with Frida Walker. What is going on in your sick mind, my friend?
What is up, Uninhibited fans? Thank you for joining us. This is your girl Frida. What? I'm in my head's in the way. What am I doing? Oh, Lord have mercy. It's okay. It's okay. It's all good. You just keep it rolling. So we are on Uninhibited Sex, Love, and Relationships. Thanks for coming back and joining us. And I want to welcome back my guest, my cousin and her husband, Mrs. Woodard. And yes, the Woodards. That sound like a TV show, right? The Woodards.
It does. I have some
They
friends.
they kind of like a semi-black Brady
You know
Bunch.
what? I have some wonderful friends by the name of the Woodards. And it was so funny.
Talk in
when
your
you
mic,
said,
Drew.
Oh, excuse me. When you said Brian Woodard, I have a friend named Brian Woodard and his sister. Yeah, man. I was like
It's Byron.
Byron. Close enough. Byron. Thank you.
Yes.
But I do have some friends like that. So I just wanted to, I was just like, oh, okay. That's y'all might be family out here.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Just saying, y'all.
Okay, so I got another joke.
Uh-oh.
They say that during sex, you burn off as many calories as you do running 8 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell runs 8 miles in 30 seconds?
Yep.
I ain't never run 8 miles in 8 seconds. Never.
Anyway, thanks for listening to the Uninhibited Podcast, Sex, Love, and Relationships. And we were talking about, when we left for the break, what were we talking about, guys? We were talking about...
We're talking about my part-time gynecology work.
Oh, my God. Lawsuit waiting to happen.
Listen, I graduated from the medical school in Grenada.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I'm qualified.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Thanks for your vote of confidence, Drew.
I
You
have
already
no
know.
vote of
Thank
confidence
you.
in him.
Thank you. Already
Please,
know.
Uninhibited does not affiliate or associate with Peter Parker gynecologist practice in any way, shape, or form.
I do.
What is it? What do they call them? What is it?
Gynecologist or OBGYN
That's me.
practice.
Right.
So
He
true
didn't
or
even know
false?
his
True or
initials.
false? OBGYN.
True or false?
A vagina will double in size when it is aroused. True or false?
The vagina will? I'm gonna say yes, because it makes kind of sense. Because the blood flow or whatnot. Oh, true.
That is correct. The answer is true.
True.
Double in size.
It will double in size when stimulated.
True.
Yes. So now that you know that, you know what you're working with.
How I know all that?
So what you're saying is like throwing a bowling ball down the hallway?
I mean, I'm just saying. Now you know.
It's common sense. It just makes sense. Like
That it, yeah.
This show is so inappropriate, by the way.
Why is it inappropriate?
It's
It's
super
called
inappropriate.
Uninhibited. That's what is
And
inappropriate.
then
Inappropriate.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Don't let me produce this show.
Why?
Out of all these shows, because
Why?
I am just inappropriate.
You're
to
doing
the-
a great job with it,
I was
though.
saying he does a good job at it.
And here's the thing. So as soon as you guys leave, I have children coming in here for a podcast. So now I gotta, you know what I mean?
It's okay.
Like
Gotta
8-year-olds.
shift gears.
It's okay.
You gotta
Right.
shift
It's okay.
gears.
Right.
It's okay.
What do you? All right. Let me ask you. I know this is off topic, but what do I talk to an 8-year-old about? Like, cause I've got like,
What do you talk to an 8-year-old?
yeah, I don't know. Like they're coming in here to do a podcast. I got to
Let me
interview
share
them.
this. Let me share this because today we are talking about love. So that's a good segue to talk about our main topic today, which is love.
Right.
And that's why I have my cousin on today. Yeah. So, because they've been married for 26 years, they have 3 children together. They have a grandbaby together. And, they are just such a model to the family in terms of committed relationships and staying married. And I just love them so much.
Thank you. We love you too, cousin.
Yeah, so there are all the different types of love out there. Let me go to my notes. But the biggest love is agape, which is universal love.
Yes.
So having universal love, and you're having these young people on your show, and you care about your community, and just universal love. But does anybody want to share any
I actually
stories?
love the blue agave. They make really good tequila from what is it? The region of what is it?
No, we are not talking about agave. not that agape
He's
love.
talking about
Gotcha.
not
Gotcha.
agave.
Agape love.
What is it? Agave versus agape.
I got you. I'm with you now. I'm back.
Agape
I'm back.
love.
It's the
So
agape
that's the
love.
first kind of love is universal love. And then what other loves are there? Because I'm look. So we have eros love, which is romantic love.
Okay.
Philios, which is friendship. But I want to ask you guys, how have you managed to maintain the family love, which is the storge love? And you guys have
Are you
made
making that up?
really no, that's
You
true.
weren't very
It's
confident
family
when you said
love,
that, though.
because it's a hard word to
How do you
say.
spell
The
it?
storge, STORGE, the storge love. That's love for family.
Storge.
And honestly, I think
Like
love
Target.
Target.
Right.
Yeah, Target. But I think love for family and then love for children is different. I think those are different types of love.
It
But
is.
how have you guys have been able to maintain that in your family? Because you have a very close knit family.
I think it started with our love, and then it kind of branches out to the children. And then when they see that family structure, it's something that they kind of gravitate towards. So if him and I are at odds, then the children feel the odds. And it's like, okay, now I have to choose. I'm team mom or team dad? But we don't have that. We try to always stay together. We argue in front of the kids. We have disagreements in front of the kids, but we show that it can be healthy. Sometimes we go there, but then we don't stay there. We just like, okay, that's happened. Let's talk through it.
Yeah, and sharing those emotions so that you can maintain. I can't hear myself. So that you can maintain. Oh, there we go. So that you can maintain the relationship, you have to have that type of communication.
Yeah.
So, and you have to be the example.
Exactly.
So, yeah, and you can definitely see that in your family and your little grandbaby.
Jackson Rumpf.
Can I add on to that, though?
Yes.
I think it also really the origin of love, where we got it from. We both
Talking your mic, bro.
we both understood the family love from our family structure. Her with grandmother, grandfather, so forth. My mother and father, and we brought that into our relationship because we had good experiences, and it just
Just
we
carry it
wanna
on.
keep the cycle going.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
So is love something that is passed down, or is love something based upon a different experiences?
What's love got to do?
Well, in this
Got
case,
to
love
do
got
with it.
everything to do with it. It's something that is not said, but act. It's an act.
It's shown.
Yeah.
It's
intention.
It's intention.
Yes.
Right.
It's
Absolutely.
definitely
Intentional.
intentional. Yeah.
And you know, that goes back to last week when we were talking about the marriage contract and that being expired. And our guest, Eric Lee, he shared the fact that he felt.
That was a good topic. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I was like, that's something to think about. That is definitely something
okay.
to think about. So yeah.
So, Byron, what did you think about it?
What I think about
The marriage contract. So
No.
A marriage license having an expiration date.
what for renewal? Well, no, I don't. But that's part of the reason why people don't subscribe to marriage, because there's no document that can show that spiritual bond. And you can go through that ceremony, but there is no expiration date, and there's no legal. That's a spiritual bond. So there's a different level. People get married for different reasons, for citizenship and so many different reasons. So that's not this. So
Yeah, they do.
He's speaking for his marriage and his household,
Right.
that's right.
which is honorable and respected. But how so? We have visitors, we have people that are looking in,
Right.
and they may not have had that upbringing in love. How do we define a definition of love for the viewers out there that didn't have the family?
Well,
For an example,
that's a very good. And I hate, I know it's ladies first, but if you don't love yourself, you can't love no one else. So it starts with you.
And I think too, you have to have self-love, and self-love is one of the look, I need my glasses, but self-love is, which love is that? That is say it for me.
Falacia?
Philatia love, which is self-love.
Somebody say, well, hang on.
I'm
I'm over here. I'm over here talking. What?
He's on one,
I'll just live. I'll let it go. I'll let it go.
Philatia. It looks like Philatia. It's
Yes,
self-love.
yes, but it's self-love. And if you don't have self-love, you can't love anyone else, because if you're if you're arguing with yourself and you're in your own head, you're always putting yourself down. Of course, you're going to do that to others, because that's what you know. Yeah.
But where do you learn love? Where is there a class taught on love? Is there a class taught on where do you love? Like, we've been passed down. So many things have been passed down from traditions and families. What is love? What is your definition of love? Because my definition of love may not be your definition of love. Some people might say God is love, but then you might have someone who does not believe in God, and they might say that life is what they've learned on this experience is love. So I guess what my question is, how do we define love? What is love? Who is love? How did we incorporate that type of love into our lives?
If I were just to say one word to describe love, it would be God for me. That's just me.
And you know, and you know what, Peter? You're an amazing man, and everybody up here. But for a person that does not know God, or have a some type of relationship with a God, what type of love is that? Is that love coming from what the Bible says?
I honestly think that sometimes, because you're right, everybody does not come from the same type of household and upbringing. And I honestly feel really blessed to have been in the family that I was in, because my family was raised where if something happened to this family over here, then we go help and pull them up. Right. So we are very lucky in that sense. Yeah. So you're right. How do you get that love so that you can be a better person and you can show love and you grow? And I think kindness to me is, I think, innate. I think if it hurts you, you know it's gonna hurt someone else. Right. So you make the decision to perpetuate that, if you to continue to hurt instead of dealing with your own hurt.
I think love starts early too.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I don't think it's something where like we come this age and it's like, I need to love myself. No, you should have learned that when you were a child, when you had a doll baby and you loved your doll baby and you didn't want anybody to touch your doll. So you protected your doll. If you had a dog growing up, that's love. Like, okay, I know how to take care of something. So children who may be the only child, if you have like an animal, then you feel that. And then you should feel it from your parents as well.
And let me say this, as growing up as an only child, like you said, I had grandmothers and aunts and uncles that always made me feel like I was perfect.
Exactly.
Like my aunties, my family, all the time, all the time. Yeah. I remember one time my mom got so mad at me, and my grandmother was like, "Leave her alone," like just like So I like I said, I just feel so blessed and lucky to have the family that I had. Now, if you didn't have family, go ahead.
It just takes me back to Grandma Candace and
our great grandmother,
our great
grandmother,
great
grandmother,
right? How she poured into us too. Right? So how she poured into us, like when Tracy and Jeffrey were fighting, and how she kind of stepped in and said Tracy did this and she was wrong or whatever. She was always fair. So, the judgment the punishments that we got, it was fair. It wasn't like we were abused or anything. We just felt so much love. It was just like something that was just a norm to us. So when I meet people who say, they didn't have their grandparents or they didn't have parents,
you
just
feel
whatever.
Bad for them.
Yeah, it's almost like, wow, there's a big part of life that you kind of missed out on. I can't make it right for you, but I can show you what
it looks like.
It looks like,
That is hard, though, y'all, because Drew.
So love is expressed through the people that you meet. Is that what you're saying?
No, well
is your first introduction of love based upon your parents?
Okay.
What's up,
Peter. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, Peter mentioned God being love, and some people don't. A lot of times we try to intellectualize things that is something that should just naturally
It
be. You know,
is.
there's a person that may be sitting in prison for some real ill crimes, right? And may not have had the background, but there's something that ends up hitting them at some point in life,
Where they have to
and you cannot
change.
logically figure that out, right? But when you come to and you start acting upon it, and you know better, you do better, type of thing. So, you know, it's life is a learning experience, and finding love and showing love is
It's part of
evolving as
that,
well.
yeah.
So love is
Yeah.
basically a lesson, an
Yes.
experience.
Experience, yes.
An experience. That's a
on
good
on
word.
what it is that you would define as being taken care of, or you know, like
Right.
somebody is really looking after me.
Nurturing.
Like,
I
yeah,
mean,
that's the word I'm looking for. Thank
nurturing.
you, love.
Love is very
Yeah, yeah,
nurturing.
yeah.
Let's go to Corinthians. Take out your Bibles.
Let's
Preacher
go.
Love is patient.
Preacher
Let's go.
Parker, what you got
Love
to
is
say?
kind.
Love is kind.
There you go.
Love is
yes.
enduring. It
you gotta
hopes.
say.
It believes
Right.
in all things. It hopes in all things. And that I believe that when we were growing up,
Yes.
that was the only definition of love that we had.
Right.
I grew up in the church,
Yeah.
and therefore, with that being said, love is patient, love is kind, love is enduring, is everlasting.
You know,
It
but
ha-
when you
it
read
keeps
that
a
scripture,
record.
though, when you read that scripture, y'all, I mean, for me, when I always go back to that and I look at it, I'm like, do I really love like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
was just about to say
Do,
that.
do I really? Because that's the pinnacle.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
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 So I have to check myself sometimes, and I'm like, in any relationship I have, is that really what I'm
The sacrifice that
intentionally
you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And the fact that you ask yourself that question
Right.
leaves room for improvement.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you can improve unconsciously, but if you make a conscious effort to say, well, am I looking at self? Everything starts with yourself.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
my
way
own
to-
actions. And I think that's why you are envious of those people that managed to be together for 26 years because they are making the sacrifices, they're making the commitment to stay together. And I think that's that's that ultimate pinnacle of love that we aspire to.
Right.
And I
So,
hear you.
And you know,
you have it, Drew.
Why is it envy, though? I think it should be an example as to say, what is making you stay together during a time of
it's called
They
laws.
choice.
It's called laws in
Choice.
America because you can't kill nobody. It's against the law. So that has part to do with it, I'm sure. Because
Choice.
it's against the law.
Choice.
Murder is a capital punishment in this country.
Absolutely.
Right. So you got to kind of,
Not going there.
get through the minutia.
Exactly.
You know.
Okay.
No, but all joking aside, though. All right. So here's a fun fact.
Go
okay?
ahead.
Here's a
I'm
fun
ready.
fact.
Perfect.
On average, a woman utters around 7,000 words in a day, while a man uses over just 2,000.
Can you read that?
I'll
again?
read it. I'll read it again. Okay. On average, a woman utters 7,000 words in a day, while a man uses just over 2,000.
So in our relationship,
Yeah.
it's reversed. He talks way more than I do.
We're talking about averages, though.
Okay, so average,
And according
okay.
to this is
Okay.
the good. I'm going to source it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to source it. It's called the Trivia for the Toilet by Gavin Webster. Okay. Shout out to Gavin. Shout out to Gavin.
So if you sit
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
So, you
That's
know,
awesome.
you definitely want to have good communication.
Right.
So
Yes.
I think that, whoever is speaking, you need to be respectful of who's speaking.
Yes.
And that goes back to trying to achieve that higher pinnacle in the relationships we're looking for. And that's just, letting that person speak and be who they are.
But adversely
So,
to all that,
that's
right?
good
So
stuff.
those adults that are just like so heavy, right? And they have that burden from whatever that is, right? So those
Yeah.
are the ones who really have not experienced that unconditional love.
But that's because
know.
those people are not satisfied with themselves. You have to be thankful for what you have and where you are.
Yeah.
And if you have somebody that's willing to be committed to you regardless of all your faults, and they know your faults,
Right.
and they still choose to stay with you and
Right.
lift you up even when they're mad at you,
Right.
then you know what love is.
That's right.
So people like to use a lot of excuses, but if you got somebody that's committed, you rich.
Exactly.
They ain't
Exactly.
beating on you. They not, they loving on you, know,
Right.
and some people just can't appreciate that. They so worried about what they missing somewhere else.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. And it's so funny because with us too, I think importantly, we know each other's shortcomings. We know, I think we've laid everything pretty much on the line. Where whatever it is that I'm short of, and I know I have my faults. He knows he has his faults, and we just ride with him. It's like, okay, well, I know you're not the cleanest person in the world, and it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Me either. So you know what?
Exactly.
Maybe once every 6 months we have a cleaning person come in, and we're gonna get this taken care of for a week, and then we'll
and you
do
work
that.
it out.
Exactly.
You work it out.
So
Not
speaking
a
of cleaning, we're gonna do some house cleaning right now.
Okay.
It's Fusion Radio, One World, One Voice, and MyFusionRadio.com. You're listening to the Uninhibited podcast only on MyFusion Radio. Keep it locked right here.
Tell me how many more tears will
Here's the Fusion Radio featured artist of the week.
Space, different zone, innovate in a homes with my face. My phone took the bait when they sold me the drink, and I drove to the great sea zones and I begged for it. You were there when I told you the plan. You were sold and we made it a goal to remain till we hold to the L. Then I rate, elevate my mistakes, and I got real estate, just a house all the grapes. You never visit me. You never visit me. You never visit me. You never go and see. You never visit me. You never visit me. You never visit me. You never go and see. I feel I'm on a high. Can you see me now? I just when I close my eyes, I'm down, dizzy from the spin. I'm so giddy when I know you're back in control. She would visit me every winter. December is a month I give her heat. Run from blizzards east. She from underneath. She be under me. Wake up then she overseas. Say she over me. Hard up, know she got a hold on me. You never visit me. You never visit me. You never visit me. You never come and see. You never visit me. You never visit me. You never visit me. You never go and see. Home with the hardest, house party. Get it started, invite only. Home with the hardest, house party. Get it started, invite only. Home with the hardest, house party. Get started, invite only. Home with the hardest, house party. Get it started, invite only. Home with the hardest, house party. Get it started, invite only. Home with the hardest, house party. Get it started, invite only. You never visit me. Come and see.
Fusion Radio, making the internet great again. One download at a time. MyFusionRadio.com.
It's not that I don't want you here. Yeah. It's something about the way you replay, sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you, think you wish you away, but we don't really want to. I just wanna get away and sit right next to you. I don't wanna kiss you, yeah, I just wanna feel you, feel you. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around, around, come through, I think I need you here. What? I swear it's hard to keep these feelings to myself. Now you're the one I'm thinking of. My higher ground, my rocket low. Fuck gravity, I'd rather stay up here. But we can get away. Palm trees, beach views, ordinary day. All I wanna hear is in the visions on replay. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you, think you wish you away, but we don't really want to. I just wanna get away and sit right next to you. I don't wanna kiss you, yeah, I just wanna feel you, feel you. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around,
Fusion Radio. Download the app for Android and iPhone and take us everywhere you go. myfusionradio.com.
This is Frida Walker. Listen to Uninhibited Podcast, Sex, Love, Relationships, every Saturday, noon to 2 p.m. Eastern on My Fusion Radio.
Oh, give me that look. That's right. Let's get sweaty. Let's get real sweaty. I'm talking rainforest sweaty.
All right, everybody, let's hear it for Trouble the Time, and let's hear it for Bush Bavaria. You're gonna drink a beer, might as well make it Bush Bavaria.
On My Fusion Radio.
It is Fusion Radio, one world, one voice of myfusionradio.com. It's the Uninhibited Podcast.
Yes,
We're back.
Uninhibited Podcast. We are back. Sex, love, and relationships. And sometimes it gets a little hot in here with conversation, but I think before we left for the break, it got real good. I think
You know, this is sex, love, and relationship. And,
Relationships.
and I know your family's here now. That's why you're talking about love. We've never talked about love on this show.
Well, that's why we're doing it now. You know, got to talk about it sometimes. Sex, love, and relationships.
Right.
You know?
It's mostly sex.
No.
'Cause you-
Well, people need some education. and
oh, it's an educational program all of a
yes,
sudden.
about sex, love, and relationships.
Okay.
Yes, yes. You didn't know the wishbone thing, did you?
I did not.
Yeah, see, you were thinking button.
No, I wasn't thinking button.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, I did.
so wasn't thinking button.
I did. I knew the
See?
wishbone.
Or eraser. Like, is that the only choices we have?
Yes, those were the three options,
Okay.
but they
According to
made
Frida.
sense. But they made sense.
Okay.
According to
So,
Frida.
okay.
So paper or plastic is what you're saying. I got it.
No.
Paper, rock,
Two
scissors.
men broke
Right.
into a drugstore. They stole all the Viagra. The police put out an alert to be on the lookout for two hardened criminals.
Aye. But I remember one time.
Where do you get these jokes? Where do you get the jokes?
I remember one time I had such a stiff neck is because I had a Viagra stuck in my throat.
Really?
No, not really. Okay. Just totally made that up.
Okay, I have something. True or false? The human penis used to have spikes on it. True or false? What
I'm
is
going to
that?
say false. And what is that? Is somebody
What
hear
is
that?
Yeah, I heard it too.
Yeah, what was that?
It's just the ghost in the building. Just keep going.
Hello, ghost. In the
Hello,
building.
What is that?
I hear it. It's
Is
not like
somebody
somebody's like
there?
doing paper or something like
somebody
or
downstairs?
trash bags or something.
Uh-oh.
That's what it sounds like. Like
So
trash.
true or
bags.
false? True or false?
I'm going to say false.
False. Byron, true or false? True or false?
Spike penis.
Spikes.
True.
True.
Mm-hmm.
True. True.
You know, you ain't got to cover up your answer.
Right.
I'm not looking at it.
Yeah, he's cheating off your test. over there.
I promise you I'm not.
Feeder. True or false?
I'm going to have to say false. That doesn't even make sense to me.
Right. It is true.
Really?
Yes. Through evolution, the spikes change, but some animals still have spikes. Chimpanzees, mice, and cats still have spikes.
Gross.
Trying to tell you.
I didn't,
Wow.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
never-
we watched that movie. What was it? Splice?
Splice?
Is that the name of the movie we were watching? With they did the experiments with the DNA. They made that woman. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The lizard lady.
Right.
Yeah.
Lizard.
That sounds painful.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That sounds real nasty.
Okay, so in saying that, when you are meeting someone in a relationship, this keeps coming up everywhere I go. How much do you disclose when you first meet someone? I mean, we talked about that before, but it just keeps coming up. What do you disclose? So I went from a man's perspective. I went to GQ magazine to get some information.
Oh,
but
because they're credible. Because they speak for all men.
You know, not all men, but
You know
they
what I mean?
had
Come
some.
on, man.
They had some
GQ
really
men.
good suggestions.
GQ?
They had some really good suggestions, and one of them was just be honest about your intentions up front. That was the first one.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
I
You know,
think
if you just
most
wanna
men
hook
are
up-
though, but y'all don't want to hear it.
I think most men are not.
You don't think so?
Thank you.
Most men got they have game. Most men.
Well, I mean, but that's their
Okay.
intention though.
There you
Most-
go. But that's not honesty though.
I didn't say honesty. We're talking about intention though.
She said be honest with your intention.
With your intention.
Oh, be honest with your intention.
honest with your intention.
Got you.
And it's okay to say if you want to hook up. If you just want to hook up,
Right.
you just want to hook up, and
You
it's
might
okay
find
to
that
say
you might
that.
find someone that
That
just
Give
wanna
you the
wanna
hook up.
Right.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Don't assume that woman just doesn't want to hook up either.
Exactly.
Even though I know some of them can be pretty pathetic with it.
I
but
think
yeah.
that's very important to be honest with
Drew looked
intentions.
like he had something
it's
on
just
his mind.
like
Go ahead, Drew.
I was listening to you. So
yeah,
Go ahead.
I just think honesty with the intentions, because you just never know. Somebody may be like, I'm into threesomes, and you didn't say that when we started, and now I'm in this relationship, and you're trying to bring somebody else in here, and that's not what I do. So
And that was
honest
one of
with
the things that they
intentions.
suggested.
But who's
too.
gonna
And that
come out and
is-
say that though? Like, let's
A
be
lot
real.
of people
You need to
would.
be
That's so
realistic
common,
about
like a lot.
It's
your
common?
sexual relationship.
I've never been in a
preferences.
threesome.
Me either.
It's not
Never
that
want to.
common then.
No.
In Atlanta, it is.
Right.
And
Be
when I
surprised.
first moved to Atlanta, I went out on a party bus with some girls, and I'm thinking it's just a party bus, but we ended up going to a couple of strip clubs, and I had never been to a strip club, so much to the point the security guy comes over to me. He goes, "Are you okay?" And I was like, because I had
It was
never
written
been, I
all
was
over your
like,
face.
yeah, right. I was like, yeah, right. I couldn't wait to get out of there, but you know. You should ask those questions. You should make that be known, and that's one of the things that they suggested to do on a first date.
Go ahead, Drew.
So bypass like how many kids do you have?
That they definitely should talk about kids.
So we don't talk about
On your first date, though?
drive, we drive
I don't know though.
right into the like.
I'm
the
trying to get to
That
know
hard
you.
stuff.
general conversation, though.
I think the general conversation is
because I don't want to bring my kids into it. You know what I mean? Like, for real.
Not bringing
Like,
your kids into it, but the fact that you have
no,
them.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that on my first date. Like, I'm
need to know before
I'm
we
going
have
to
it.
make
I
sure
wanna
that
know if
I
you
can
have kids.
I can
I
tell
wanna
you that
know.
I have kids. Okay.
Yeah, on the date. If we're talking, oh yeah, I got 2 kids. That's just general conversation. Why would you keep your kids a secret?
No, it's not a secret, but it's called protection, right? So I don't know. Maybe you pick. Hang on. Maybe you pick me up. All right. Let's say whatever. Right. You pick me up at my home. Okay. To go out on this date. You don't need to know I have kids because I don't know you like that. You're a psychopath.
But if I want to have a
you
second
can have other
date,
intentions. That's right. That could be detrimental.
Right.
I feel
You know what I mean?
But, well, first
Not
of
on the
all,
first date.
wait, well, I think everybody should be protective of when they're on a first date. I know when I have a first date, they don't come to my house and pick me up. I meet you
That part.
somewhere.
Right.
So, you definitely need to have those precautions. But I think in having a conversation, you need to tell somebody on the first date if you got kids or not. Because I'm gonna tell you, I was on a dating site, and we were perfectly honest. I was digging this guy, and he was digging me, and he said he wanted kids, and I know I can't fulfill that requirement.
Right.
So he was like, well, okay, that was the end of the conversation because he
Right.
wanted
Yeah,
children.
it's a wrap.
Well, can I just add a twist to that? You know what's funny about life and when things show up? A lot of times when you are being honest, right, or having honest intention, you may go in thinking one thing, and then the response can do something to enlighten you and put you on another path.
Right.
Right. So speaking those things in truth and honesty could actually come back to
Hopefully an honest
help,
response.
help you, even if it's not advancing towards what your goal is for that night or whatever. And somebody may respond and say, well, yeah, I'm engaged, whatever, but I'm going through this and that and the other. And the person may
It's
say, well, you need to go and figure
complicated.
that out.
Oh
It's
my
It's
God.
complicated.
Figure that out.
Okay.
So you don't need to be here. I'm complicating things now.
Right.
Okay, I let me say this. Okay, I met this guy. This is real quick. I met this guy, and I was digging him, and then all of a sudden, now he never says anything about being married. Now all of a sudden, he's married, and his wife has cancer.
Yeah, you told me
and
that,
he needs
yeah.
to keep her on his insurance, and that's why
Right.
he can't really tell me when they're going to be divorced. And I was like, well, when you get that situation squared away and you get her taken care of, you let me know because you can't take care of me and her too. I'm sorry she got cancer, and I feel for you, but that's not how I'm rolling.
Right.
So
You almost sound like Angela Bassett in Waiting to Exhale. Like, remember when she was going through the divorce and Waiting to Exhale, and she met Wesley Snipes at the restaurant, and he was like, I love my wife, and she's going through cancer.
Right,
And,
right.
and but it's so hard, but I have a connection with you. That's basically what the guy was I'm sorry. My hands. That's basically what the guy was saying, like, I have a connection with you. I love my wife, but I have a connection with you, and she's going through cancer. How do you deal with that?
you don't. They didn't have. I mean, they spent the night together and they did have an intimate moment, but they did not have sex. They didn't take it any further. You know what I'm saying? Other than having just no appreciation for each other in their situations.
So they had intimacy.
They had intimacy.
So intimacy is very important in a relationship.
Oh yeah.
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 Now,
Okay.
when we say now, right?
See?
Now, we when you talk about relationships, right? There are principles in relationships. I'm married to Makisa, so we have a relationship.
Microphone.
We have a relationship. You're my cuz. You're right, and we have a relationship. But there are principles within all relationships that deals with honesty, truth, and being forward and having righteous judgment, not necessarily judging. So,
Yeah.
if there's something that you coming to me with, I should be able to give some some kind of insight to move you in a positive direction, which doesn't always happen. But again,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Drew, where did you?
I was just saying, my whole thing was saying, we all different. That's
Right.
it. Move
That's
on.
a fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all different.
That's the bottom line. I think we are all different. We're not all perfect.
Yep.
And then you have to set the bar of what you are looking for. So what I look for in a relationship and what Frida looked for in a relationship is two different things. So, you know, we can meet. I mean,
But
I'm
in
not
it-
looking to meet anybody, but we can meet
Better
the
not.
same person. No, I never know. So we can meet two different people, and it may be a perfect fit for Frida, and I thought it would have been a perfect fit for me looking at surface. Oh yeah, he's tall, like looking like my baby, but it could be something totally different. So, you know, just
But in the context of what
crazy.
you should reveal when you first meet someone, a good thing is children. I think you should tell that straight up because you know I don't want to be with a guy with no real little teeny children. So hobbies, interests. What do you like to do? Because if I like to spend my weekends in the woods camping, and you like to spend your weekends at home on the sofa,
right.
Yeah, you might have
Right.
some issues.
Exactly.
But
So-
now,
But you can
everyone-
bring the sofa to the woods these days.
and you can bring the sofa to the backyard.
Well,
You know what
I'm
I'm
here
talking
to
about?
tell you,
You know what
I
it is.
am
Well,
not
what
gonna
about
be
that-
outside with a whole lot of
Well,
bugs.
what about that opposites attract things? Because a lot of times, that person that likes to be on the sofa may not have met someone who likes to do other things and have the ability
great
to
point.
pull them and take them out of their
That's a
comfort
great
zone.
point.
But
Willingness to
either
change.
way, exactly.
You have to be
Either
willing
way,
to
you
change.
have to be
Willing to
willingness
change.
to accept
Yeah,
that, but you need
yeah.
to tell me first.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You still need to have that
Honesty,
conversation.
Yeah.
So, but you got to tell the person first.
So it is Fusion Radio, one world, one voice. We'll be right back with some more bullshit we're talking about. Okay?
24/7 at myfusionradio.com. One world, one voice.
Last night, I had the time of my life. It's true.
Fusion Radio, making the internet great again. One download at a time. MyFusionRadio.com.
Are you ready to jumpstart your career? Are you the GOAT when it comes to selling and promote? Then we're looking for you. Hey, we hiring! Fusion Digital Media and Fusion Radio are looking for account executives. And if you're good in sales and have a great customer service attitude, then come be a part of the Fusion family. All you gotta do is drop your resume to Peter Parker at myfusionradio@gmail.com to apply.
You wanna run that by me one more time there, Bob?
That's Peter Parker at myfusionradio, FUZION@gmail.com to apply. Become a part of the Fusion family. And don't forget to tell your family and friends to download the My Fusion Radio app That's Fusion with a Z in your App Store and Google Play.
Fusion Radio, live and digital 24/7 at myfusionradio.com. One world, one voice.
Yeah, Fusion Radio, one world, one voice at myfusionradio.com. You are listening to the Uninhibited podcast. Nobody's paying attention over here, but we're live right now. Nobody has their headphones on. Anybody got nothing going on over here? But that was the Doobie Brothers, you know. That's such a great record, right?
I don't know. My mic is okay. There's my mic. This is Frida, Uninhibited. Just be free, baby. Let the music flow.
Don't go changing to try and please me. You never let me down before. Don't imagine you're too familiar, and I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. I took the good times, I'll take the bad times. I take you just the way you are. Don't go trying some new fashion. Don't change the color of your hair. just want someone that I can talk to. I want you just the way you are. Need to know that you will always be the same old someone that I knew. Oh, what will it take till you believe in me the way that I believe in you? I said I love you, that's forever. This I promise from the heart. I couldn't love you any better. I love you just the way you are.
Fusion Radio, one world, one voice, mifusionradio.com. It is the Uninhibited podcast, and we love you just the way you are. Do we not?
Yes, we love you just the way you are. What happened to Byron? He needed a moment. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Welcome to It was. It's Woosah.
So that song's from 1977, Billy Joel.
Yes.
Wow.
Billy Joel.
That's
Oh,
music.
Nice.
That is
You know?
music.
Feed the soul. Feed
Just
the
the way you
soul.
are.
Yes. Welcome to Uninhibited. Can we speaking freely? We learning about love, agape love, self-love, family love, and it's all good. We left off, we were talking about how much did you share on the first date? But I want to go through this real quick because I think this is some pretty poignant stuff. Okay. One thing you should discuss, whether or not you're into guns.
Well, you know I'm into guns.
Yeah, me too.
I bet you are. Most men are.
But I mean,
yeah,
Frida,
I mean, I don't want a
but
gun
Frida,
in my house.
factually,
Well,
you know
you should,
that
it would be
you know.
good to have a gun.
I don't want a
I'm
gun in my
sorry,
house.
I'm
Go
sorry,
ahead.
Frida.
No, I'm just saying, like, she knows I've got guns.
Oh, wow.
Give me a
don't.
gun. I want a gun.
Really?
You don't have any guns?
Yeah. I'll never say
I'm
that.
scared of them. And I know how to shoot one. When I was in the military, I qualified as expert marksman.
I too.
That's crazy.
But I don't like guns.
You're protected anyway.
I'm going for you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going
can't
for
do
you. You come
guns.
for me, I'm coming for you.
So that's something you want to discuss on a first date. I think that makes sense.
Why is that important, though?
Because if we're talking about somebody that's looking for someone to move forward with.
Unless we live in Kennesaw, you know, none of that's relevant. Okay.
Well, the state of Georgia now, the whole state of Georgia is like Kennesaw used to.
Right, but they require homeowners to have a firearm in Kennesaw.
Kennesaw?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
Wow. How can a locality or principality require you to have a firearm?
Well, the municipality
Municipality.
of Kennesaw,
Wow.
so they are unincorporated. Okay, so they require all homeowners to have a firearm in their
Wow.
house. Yeah.
And crime is pretty low.
So what
in
happens if
Kennesaw,
you
right?
don't
And there's
have
no crime
one?
in Kennesaw.
Yeah,
Right.
there's-
What happens
Or
if
very
you
low.
don't have
Right.
one?
Or very low. You get actually a fine.
Wow.
How would they
Did
know?
not know that.
How would
Did
they-
not know
how would
You
that.
probably have to
No.
register it. You have to register,
You have
right?
to. It's a part of like getting emissions, getting them in emissions.
Right.
It's like getting
Exactly.
the emissions. It's like,
Wow.
what, you have to come and prove your firearm. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's something you want to talk to someone about in your relationship. Also, pets.
Is that
Your
a thing?
pet?
though?
Yeah, I'm not a dog person.
Ew,
Like
I
when I got married and my husband was a big dog person. Like he bred dogs. Even to this day, he has champions and blue ribbons and AKC and all that great stuff. But I did that. I made the sacrifice out of love. I was like, yeah, maybe there's something.
I want to interject real quick.
Go ahead.
Because I feel you on all these topics, okay? But when I'm on a first date with a woman, I want to get to know you. I'm not talking about your pets, your gun use.
That is them, though, Peter.
Is it, though?
It is.
Yes.
It's them. It's them. If you want to know about them, you need to ask about stuff that
Maybe I don't ask enough questions.
maybe
Yeah.
you don't. Maybe you don't.
Because
or maybe you do in your way. Maybe you
Peter-
do in your way.
Maybe I just don't ask enough questions.
Yeah.
and,
right?
and Peter, I
Yeah.
feel
Go ahead, Drew.
like if a person has like accepted a date with you, they're like, what are you about? Because
Right.
right here is where I'm going to just like
Yeah, but you guys
throw
got to
it
admit
away.
though, it's like on the first date, it's like going, going on a job interview.
But I don't think it's
Sell
going on a
yourself.
job
No,
interview.
go,
but I
hold-
think-
let's let them go on.
No,
with
hang
going
on.
on
What
a
I'm
job.
saying,
Okay.
it's like going on a job interview. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself. So why do you think you're qualified for this position? What are your strengths and your weaknesses? You know, like, come on, like, let's be real.
Well, those are legitimate questions
They
on
are.
a job interview.
They are on a job
right?
interview.
And asking if you or her have pets, and if you do have pets, I don't mind pets. Do you like your pet sleeping in the bed? with you?
No, I can't do pets
There
on
we
the
go.
bed.
See, and
Exactly.
it's good to know that. It's good to
I
know
can't
that.
do pets on the couch.
Exactly.
It's good to know that.
And in
Now,
the
see,
bed.
Jahira, she is one of those people. She ride or die for her dog. Like her dog is a person.
Shout out to
like,
Ja. Shout out to Ja.
Yeah, she's not here today, but she is a die-hard dog lover.
Wow.
So is Eric. Like and when he said when his dog passed away that he was there holding his hand because he had to put
The
his
dog?
down. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because he
Okay.
said the vet told them when they put them down and they're by themselves, they
Yeah.
have withdrawals because they're looking for their
Owner.
Yeah.
That's wild. And I
So-
guess too, like, say if you have I mean, I'm just going extreme, but say if you have a real bad allergy to
A
dogs
pet,
or whatever,
exactly.
you're
That's
like,
something
I can't date
It's
you.
good to know that.
Exactly.
Drew, what you got
yeah.
to say about
They're
the
not,
pets?
because these people ain't letting you go for their pets. People
Facts.
is not gonna let you go.
For a
They,
pet.
no, I'm sorry. They will let you go.
Oh, we're right.
for their
Yes,
pet.
yes, 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 yes.
Like, I'm sorry, Frida. I don't know why my hand is just so expressive. It wants to talk. But I'm just saying, like, they don't.
Yeah.
It's
People love pets. Like
Yeah.
parents. Like, this is my
And you have to
mine.
respect that. And you have to
Yeah.
respect that in
Yeah.
your partner if that's who they are and,
And
a
if they're
part
single,
of their
and if they're
life.
single, it's intensified.
Yeah, the pet thing.
If
Because-
they're single,
It's
yeah.
their companion.
And then you know what? Because I'm not a cat person.
No.
I
Oh,
cannot
gosh.
stand a cat. So
No.
if you let somebody who had came before my husband say I have cats, that's a. I don't
Out
care
the
how
door.
cute,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sexy.
I'm
I
not
don't
a
care.
big animal person.
You gotta
period.
go.
Yeah.
Like because
Yeah.
I gotta be friends with your cat
Exactly.
before I get to know you.
Right. And some
we
people
not-
are like that. If their pet does not like you,
No.
Oh yeah.
it's a
You
rat like a
out.
kid or something,
Exactly.
right?
And animals are loyal.
They
so
are.
if you think about it, an animal would be more loyal to you than a human.
human being.
So at the end of the day,
know about that
say-
one, Kiki.
No, animals are loyal.
Yeah, animals are loyal, but do you?
They don't
take-
turn on you.
There are
A
some,
human will turn
there,
on you.
There are some breeds that
So-
are very protective, overly protective of their environment, and there are some that are that can
Drew over there mumbling. True, true.
that can detect bad energy as well.
Yeah.
They sure can.
They can tell when you're sick.
Severe
Your
or-
pet.
If you're
or
connected
have
to
a-
your
you
pet,
have a different
yeah.
intent that
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Can I tell you
And you're
something?
right. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Can I went to Michigan when I visited with my fiance, with now my husband at the time, and I went to his daughter's house, right? And they have dogs. You know, I'm good with dogs. The dog kept coming and smelling my crotch.
And I think pet owners are that's rude. If you just let your pet just keep
No.
sniffing up somebody's butt, I had somebody do that. to me.
Okay.
Jumping on people.
Yeah, that's
I
just rude.
think that might be a telltale sign. Like, I'm gonna watch my pet and see how they respond to this individual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna let me know if your energy will be welcomed into my home. Because I'm not letting
but to
my
base
pet
it
go.
on your pet,
Sorry,
To base it on your
if I had a pet,
Right.
I will base it on my pet.
Oh wow. Wow.
If I had if I had, and it has
I
to be a
mean-
small dog.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because dogs represent loyalty.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Not a
So,
cat.
okay,
Sorry,
okay,
not a
okay.
cat for
So
my
let me
cat.
ask you this.
not a cat.
So another thing they say you should talk about when you meet somebody is politics. Now I have saw where somebody say you shouldn't talk about politics, and I have seen where you should. I think you should talk
Not at
about
work,
politics
but in
because, well, in a relationship, because if you're a Trump follower, because there are there are people that follow Trump, whatever their nationality or race
Right,
may be.
right.
But I don't want to be with somebody that supports Trump. You know what I'm saying? So I think you should discuss politics.
I think you should be with somebody who respects how the operations of this world should go.
There you go. There you go.
Not we can't base it upon an individual.
Right.
I want to know how we're going to run this world.
But
Because
still,
I'm-
somebody's
what is your
political
what is
party
your perspective?
affiliation says a lot about that person and their character and what they support. I mean,
Well, hold on. Now, what he just said and what you just said, there's a happy medium, and that happy medium is, I'm not a Trump supporter, but there are things that Trump did that was foul, and there were things that Trump did that other Democratic Party representatives didn't do. And I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
Right? So, right? And like he said, how do you view
the world
to be ran? And that gives you more perspective on that person than the individual that you choose to vote for.
So
because
you're
there could be
saying-
limited.
so-
There could be limited options as well.
So so limited options, but you're saying that you could have Drew. You're saying that you could have a relationship or support somebody that was a Republican or supported Trump or was in the good old boy party.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can.
Interesting.
I can.
I don't think that's a household divider. I mean, I don't
Hear
think
me
that's a
out.
relationship.
Why do you think
in-
Trump is a good old boy? He's from New York. I'm a New Yorker. Like he's not from the South.
No, but that's part of that
Okay, like
good old boy.
No, it's not that.
party
Part
or
of the
whatever.
Corporation.
Listen.
Well, I don't want to go
See,
there.
look how he look. See.
No, but here's the thing. But he's anti all that. So just you know, like for
He's
real.
a corporate guy.
Right.
Wow,
And I'm
I still
listen,
think he's
we're
a racist.
incorporated. Like why is everybody hating? This is Fusion Radio Inc.
He's
Okay.
a corporate guy.
You know.
Just as long as you ain't got no
Well,
cats in here, I don't
you
care.
should talk about your politics. I think you should share that with someone that
No.
you're dating to know, and just general conversation.
I would agree with that, Frida, but we're talking on a first date. Like I'm. Can I get you a, you know, what do you drink? Like, what kind of food you like? What movie? Like, that's too deep for a first date. Kids, politics, all that. Just relax, have fun.
I think you should
You know what
relax
I mean?
and you should have fun. But if you plan to move this forward, there's some things you need to
But
know.
you need to go to the first
But-
date
but-
first, though.
Let me ask you
Okay.
this: a lot of times, with some individuals, when they are looking for advancement in their lives, right?
Mhm.
They don't want to waste a lot of time with stuff that
Right.
doesn't align.
They
with
call them
their life
thirsty.
purpose.
They call them
their life
thirsty.
purpose. Now,
They call
if
them
you're
thirsty.
just looking to smash, then we could talk about all of the
Right.
frivolous stuff
That
stuff
you want
that
to.
suits you.
Yeah, but if-
Exactly.
But if you don't want to waste your time and you're dating, you've met two other people.
But that's the problem, though.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the problem, my friend. Everybody needs to slow down.
down.
Slow down. Slow down. Okay.
I think you should take
Slow
time
down.
to get. I do. I think you should
Slow
take
down.
time to get to
Okay?
know
I'm
someone.
not gonna listen. On my first date, I'm not gonna ask you to marry me. I'm just not gonna do it.
No, of course
I'm not gonna ask you to be my
I
girlfriend.
would think you were crazy.
I'm not right. So let's all slow down.
Can we be friends?
Let's-
Can
I
we
still
be
need
friends?
to know
with
if you
this
like
person?
dogs because
Can we
I'm not
take a
into
break?
dogs, so I need to know that.
Can we be friends? Having
I might
those
wanna-
differences?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
But what I'm saying on the first date, that's too heavy. That's too much for me. Everybody's
agree.
got their
I
own.
agree.
That's
Okay,
too
so
much
let me
for
ask
me,
you
though.
this: do you think
It
you
is
should
deep.
discuss your work?
What?
You should discuss your work, what you do for a living. Is that
I'm
too
an
deep?
anthropologist. Is my go-to
Oh
answer.
my God!
No, that's my go-to answer.
You know, wait,
you're a
Peter.
jackpot.
Peter,
So do
you know the question that before I was asked, like, what do you do for a living?
I'm an anthropologist.
I breathe
For a living. Wow.
for a
I breathe
living.
to live.
What do you
Right.
do for a living? I breathe.
Right.
So
Can
here's
we-
what it is.
if we
Here's
can't
what it
get
is.
past that, we
What is it?
Here's what it is.
What
Go
is
ahead.
it?
This is Fusion Radio.
All right.
One world, one voice at myfusionradio.com. You are listening to the Uninhibited podcast. Keep it locked right here. We'll be right back, all right?
When the moon coming, only place to find base heads and hearts.
Fusion Radio.
This is Neo.
This is Nicki Minaj.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Usher.
What's up? This is Beyonce.
Live and digital 24/7 at myfusionradio.com.
#1 station for hip hop and R&B.
One world, one voice.
Just like the wide-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just like the wide-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh. And the days go by like a strand in the wind.
Fusion Radio. World, news, weather, and traffic. My Fusion.
Come together.
So I want to share something else with you all, which is going to be a very interesting fact. That naturally, you have a vagina lubricant.
So we're going right back into this.
Yes, we're going back into this.
This is what we're doing.
I'm about to educate you.
Like
on
right
something.
back into it. Not even like.
I'm just listening.
I feel you. I feel you.
So the vagina makes a lubricant, and it contains a substance called squalene, found in the liver of what animal? Snakes, monkeys, or sharks?
Sharks.
Snakes.
I think sharks.
Sharks. I had two sharks.
Snake.
You are correct.
Right, because
It
it
is
sounded
found
like some
in
aquatic,
sharks.
like
Yeah.
wet. It sounded wet. It did sound wet though.
Yep.
snake.
Yep. So
Wet.
saline is a saturated oil used in skincare products.
Wet.
Yep. As a moisturizer, helps increase hydration and anti-inflammation properties that can help with acne and eczema.
That's why I have such great skin.
Would you be in sharks? That was a joke.
Right, no, because right, facts.
So
because I swim with sharks, right?
You swim with sharks. That's why your skin looks so good.
I thought it was from the water, Peter.
And my last fun fact, true or false, is the penis a muscle? True or false?
Yes,
I thought it was an organ.
Is the penis a muscle? True or false?
I think it's a muscle.
True or false?
Blood flows to
muscle.
Yes.
I'm gonna say false.
Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
True.
True.
It's a muscle.
True. How
It's
many
a
trues?
muscle.
3 trues and 1 false. And Peter, you're right.
Yeah, because it
is
can't be a
not
muscle.
It ain't a muscle.
It
No.
is not a muscle.
So the penis is not a
It's
muscle.
just limp tissue that gets
tissue.
filled with
Blood.
Blood.
Yep,
Right.
it is not a muscle.
Right.
And I was trying to, it's a limp tissue gets filled with blood, but you cannot bend it when it is filled with blood.
That
ain't true.
Don't
That's
know
what
about
it
that.
is. That's
I
what
don't
it
know
said.
about that.
On the
That's what it
position.
said online.
I don't know about
Bend it
that.
when you need
And
to.
on the
Right.
position.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
I'm
But
sorry.
anyway,
It's too much. I said I wasn't even going to use that. My bad.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
You might understand.
Depending on the position.
Right.
Well, anyway, everybody, thanks for being on Uninhibited Podcast, Sex, Love,
fun.
Relationships. Thanks, cuz.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
being.
Yes, that was fun.
We're not done.
So
are
much
we?
fun.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna
we're wrapping it up.
I thought we had like 8 more minutes.
We're wrapping it up, B.
We're wrapping it
I'm
up.
cool.
We
Yeah.
wrap
We
it
wrapping
up.
it up.
Wrap it
y'all.
I
up,
have
B.
another trivia question. Speaking of wrap it up,
Dennis Rodman broke his.
a condom is 97% effective, 98% effective, or 99.9% effective.
I don't know.
98.
I'm gonna go with 97.
97?
I
That was
say
a good year.
I'm going to say the lowest.
Yeah, right,
whatever you
exactly.
said.
97. You think it's 97%?
What's the lowest? What was
97.
the lowest?
97.
That's what I'm
That's
going
what
with.
I'm saying.
Really?
Condom, when used properly, is 99.9%.
I don't
That's
believe
a
it.
lie.
Wow.
I
That's
don't
a lie
believe
they
it.
told us in high school.
When used
I don't
properly.
believe it.
What is how is using a condom properly?
When-
Using the
I guess
right
you gotta
condom
put
so
it
it don't
on
pop.
right.
And
Yeah,
which
yeah.
and
it
which
doesn't
condom
slide
brand?
and get the
And
right
what-
size.
Now we have all girl.
Like
gotta
you go
be,
get fitted for a bra, you gotta go get
Fit
fitted
for a condom.
Victoria's
It'd
Secret.
probably be a good idea.
Condom fitting.
All right, so my friend, tell everybody where they can find you at.
1222 Be Creative. 1222 BCREATIV on IG. BCB Creative on Facebook, and All in Music Group. And check out Neem and Lioness coming out. We got hot music.
Dope.
Check it out.
Ma'am?
Kisa Woo. That is my handle on
One Kiki.
IG. Oh no, I am one Kiki. Sorry, one KEEKEE. I'm so used to being branded as Kisa Woo. So
Yeah.
one KEEKEE on IG.
Follow her. You better follow me.
Drew.
Mr. Andrew.
AJAJAI38. That's my Instagram handle. Please follow me there. Don't follow me on Facebook. Follow me on
On the
Instagram.
gram.
IG.
All right.
Frida Walker.
And this is your girl, Frida, Uninhibited Podcast, Sex, Love, and Relationships, y'all. You can find us on Uninhibited Podcast on YouTube. You can also find us on Instagram, Uninhibited Now. And my personal is Frida, FRITAW1 on Instagram. So check us out. And like I said, if you have anything you want information about and you want me to find it, I will find it for you.
She will. And I am Peter Parker. You can find me on all platforms. I keep it simple. I have continuity as Peter Parker ATL on
That's
all
smart.
platforms. Okay.
Nice.
So check it out. So up this afternoon, we have a couple more people coming in. You know, I got these kids coming in, y'all.
You keep talking
I don't even know.
about
I don't
these
even know
kids.
what to do with them though. Like seriously, like what?
Summertime, what y'all
So
doing- what y'all doing
how's
for
the
the
Goo Goo
summer?
Gaga treating you? I don't even know. What, you know what I mean? Like,
Not the Google
Trust
Gaga.
me, children will give you some of the best conversations
Right.
that you would not even expect
but
them
I'm
to know.
excited. I'm excited for it though.
Yeah,
And
you should
I really
be.
am.
They're gonna
It's
blow
about
your
time we have
mind.
some kids in here, and that they're going to be doing their thing. On July 1st, we have the biggest all-female concert in Atlanta.
Nice.
We got Pap Chanel. We've got Shana Red. We've got Miss Pooh from Love and Hip Hop. We got Brene. We got a bunch of. We have a great lineup. These are all the next big young ladies that are coming up. You know Glorilla, right?
Yeah.
Right. So she, she came here and performed, and look at her now. Not that I'm saying that
Yeah.
because she came here before, but these are the type of level that these women are
Nice.
are coming on. So they're all Def Jam recording artists.
Nice.
And so check it out July 1st
Okay.
here at Fusion Radio, Fusion Soundstage.
Yes.
We do this Uninhibited podcast every Saturday, and I appreciate you, Frida.
Thank you, Peter.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Drew.
I
Appreciate
appreciate
What's up,
you.
Peter?
Appreciate
What's
you,
up, Peter?
JB.
Appreciate you too. Auntie Deb, you please.
Jay,
You know?
the camera guy, making the videos happen.
He's actually the director of content. Put some respect on his name.
All
Right.
Jay.
Excuse
Hey.
me. I'm sorry,
Sorry.
Jay.
Director level.
Director of
Good